Gather round. It's time for your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group. Listen closely as your coaches discuss the culture, the economy, and the political scene, and how it affects your home and your real estate investments. Real Estate Chalk Talk is where you learn the science of buying and selling real estate and the art of living in your home. Your education begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey there, welcome to the program. This is your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group, hittnergroup.com. 612-627-8000 is the number you see on all the signs around town. 612-627-8000. Give us a ring-a-ling-a-ling. Be happy to have a chat with you about your real estate needs as you prepare for the 2026 selling season. Still lots of time yet this fall to get a house on the market and sold. But we're starting to do a lot of stuff for next year already.
Are you really?
October's coming up.
Darn right. Taking pictures.
Got another month and a half.
We got 3 months yet.
Absolutely, Kelvin. And some people, we got one coming on in Apple Valley probably next week. I have October 1, we got photos being taken. That one will come on the market. And beautiful house with a pool. So we'll take pictures of the property. And the next day, they close the pool. So I just want some shots with the pool open.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. We got anytime after October 1, I kind of looked at the extended forecast for the pool.
Looks beautiful.
Dicey.
It's beautiful now until October 1st.
Oh, yeah. Next week, 80s.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Open that
My
pool
pool is
up.
beautiful year-round.
Yeah.
No problems with that.
No sun, though.
In the last 3 of the 4 years, the high point of inventory has been the second or third week of October. Did you know that?
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll start.
Great time to buy a house.
Great time to buy a house. Minneapolis, they had some reports out this week. Homes.com had a thing out, and they're showing that the inventory increases over the year. This is kind of interesting. Chicago had an increase. It's national now, Keith. Chicago would be considered
That's
national.
not here?
It's not here.
Okay.
2.7 increase in the number of listings August to August.
Oh, I thought murders.
Okay. No, that'd be a much higher number. August to August. Kansas City, 17% increase. Twin Cities, 5.2%. More listings this year than August of last year.
Yeah,
these are listings that came on the market in
August. I was saying, I think now, over the next 6 months, 5 months or so, best time to buy a house in a long time.
Yeah, I think so too.
Interest rates have been softened a little bit. That's kind of the sentiment now moving forward, that things are improving in that that world. And
hey, get this, 7-day rolling average of price reduction. Speaking of best time to buy a house, 13.5%.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got high inventory. We got some price reductions. Yep. We have some incentivizing from builders that's going on. Mm-hmm. Builders have some good financing incentives that they're advertising out there, so it gets people thinking and talking, and that option for new construction is always attractive. But we have great financing guys that we work with on a regular basis that have been successful in beating some of those builders too. So
who's that?
So Kelvin Kamick is here in studio every week with us.
Do you have his phone number?
He's our mortgage guru, and you can call him 651-231-2500.
Days on market, 32.6 for the properties that have sold. So of the pending listings that went pending this week, 32.6. That's creeping up a bit.
Yeah, I told one of our mutual clients that you're getting your pool shots from. He was in the office yesterday, and he said, how long do you think it's going to take to sell? And I said, 32 days.
Yeah.
Because that's what the market is. He goes, really? I go, yep. That's the average, which means some go fast, but some are lingering,
Canceled listings, again, are picking up as we get people pulling properties off the market. Kids back in school now, and they're just like, we're going to wait till next year or whatever it is. So that's kind of going up. Don't do it.
Keep it on.
Don't go back to school. Or wait.
Mortgage Bankers Association, Calvin, you can talk about this in the fourth quarter, or in the fourth quarter. We'll call it the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I like to say the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Mortgage Bankers Association reporting refinances are picking up, with the most common refinance being the high loan value refis.
High loan value.
Big loans, because it makes a huge impact when you can take
makes a bigger difference. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Houses on the market this week, 8,105 houses on the market, up just a tish from last week, and up significantly 37.9% since the first of the year. That's a big deal. And we got properties flowing through about the same as always. Slowed down a little bit, actually. 845 this week.
Sales a little bit slower.
Sales a little bit slower as they're coming through. But the listings are coming on, so we've got our inventory increasing. Days on market average is over 40 days on market. We've got absorption rate, or month supply of inventory is 2 to 3 months, depending on which county you're in. Pretty decent market, actually.
What are you guys finding personally? Does that line up with what you're
exactly
seeing in your own
up.
practice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty. I was up at a house yesterday, mutual client of ours, Calvin. Roseville house,
Okay.
Rambler, nice. They're in there for a couple of years. It was a 3-bedroom, and now she's with child, so they're looking for a larger place and out of the city. And they are doing a lot of work in that little area of Roseville. Nice little area. We had the same conversation about, what should we do then? When should come on? He's got a lot of stuff. He's got projects he's got to finish up. All the stuff, Keith, that we're talking about, getting ready for next year.
Yeah.
And he's got just a couple of outside things he's got to do, finish up a deck and some of that business. I said, just outside first.
Yep. You're going to lose it.
Yeah,
right?
Outside first, get it done. Some concrete work and some repair. Get it done now. And because then you got all winter to do the thing, and we'll probably bring that on the market the first, depending on weather, first half of March, second half of March, weather permitting. Joe Warner's in the studio.
I do hope we have another mild winter so we could just get the spring rolling, spring market rolling.
December, January.
Yeah, January would be great.
January after this.
Kick
It's always
around.
after
But there's
the
a
Super Bowl.
curiosity about that, though, because when the winter is rough is hard, when you have a harsh winter, a lot of snow, a lot of cold weather, it delays the market, right? That means that when the market does turn, you do have a rush to the market, where you've got a lot of competition for properties on the market. You got
pent-up demand scenario.
Pent-up demand frenzy. When it's mild all winter long and you just have this kind of continuous market, you don't really have that
That's okay.
explosion.
We can
so
make
much.
money all.
Okay.
I know it, but I like the excitement.
You like the
of the
spring
is
I think
here.
you still get it.
And-
I think you still get it. Maybe it's not as pronounced, but yeah.
Yeah, I like that frenzied approach to the market.
Well, if we get a couple more Fed cuts, then maybe interest rates will continue to improve into the high fives.
We'll talk about this in the fourth segment, but did you see what Powell said yesterday? I took a picture of it because it's just so frustrating. So the stock market plummeted yesterday. You all saw that, right?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and then the rates right back up yesterday
Oh, really?
because he says the market is valued high, has high value. 6 words. We're going to talk about 6 words in the fourth quarter that Powell said that moved the market yesterday. So I can't tell you the 6 words right now.
These guys got to be careful about some of the stuff that they say on that. You know what I mean? Because it's a knee-jerk reaction. Now today the market will recover. You'll have a bunch of people who sold short who are going to make a bunch of profit today because they're playing the move,
Play the game,
playing the movement rather than just, is that a good company?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to buy that company because that's a good company and they
Right.
make money, and I'm going to
Hold it for 10
Yeah,
years.
exactly.
He said equity prices are fairly highly valued.
Yeah,
Market sells off.
yeah.
Unbelievable. Rates, we're up 30 to 40 basis points higher in rate, which means we're at about 80 to 100 basis points on
You know what that also
price.
corresponds to is the high value of rental properties. Rental properties are selling. They're just a really high value rental properties. It's really tough to make money buying a triplex or a duplex.
For sure.
Because their premiums that they're getting on them are so high. And it's like you run the numbers on it, it's like, holy cow.
Yeah, and rents are softening a little bit. Like
Mhm.
at least the increase of rent, like it's been over the last 7 years,
Yeah.
is slowing significantly. So that leads to less of a return on your investment when you're looking at any duplexes to fourplexes. It's challenging.
We have calculators that we use that we've created that evaluates a property just based on the numbers, takes the emotion out of it, and just look at your cash on cash return, look at your ROI, look at your cap rate, and you evaluate that as an investment. If you're saying you want to use this real estate as an investment, well, then let's look at it as an investment. And there's always going to be a little appreciation, but be conservative on the appreciation. And there are costs to hold. I mean, when you get into a property, there is costs to hold. There's repair costs. All that stuff goes into it. And it doesn't take much to tip you upside down if you've got a major repair on a property. So, you got to do your due diligence when you're buying to make sure that especially in that first 5 years, that you don't have a major repair coming into play. So,
well, if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate for yourself or as an investment, give us a call, 612-627-8000. That number again is 612-627-8000. Or you can log on to hittnergroup.com, Hittner group.com. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back to your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group, hittnergroup.com, Hittner group.com. Give us a ring-a-ling-a-ling as you prepare for your real estate move. 612-627-8000, 612-627-8000. Okay, we got Joe Warner on the show today. We're going to be talking about Warner Stallion and some things. I got a couple of questions here.
Awesome. Hey.
First of all, we are coming into the most important season of the year, hockey season.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And
No.
and we
Holidays?
no, it's hockey season.
That's what I spend probably about 100 hours of PTO on every year is hockey. No vacations.
Yeah. 3 out-of-town tournaments.
Great fun. Great fun.
Well, with that, though, comes laundry, because especially as the kids get older, stinky clothes, stinky this, stinky that. We have, in our house, we've got a laundry room on the main level and a laundry room upstairs. So upstairs is the big machines, and then the main level off the master bedroom, we got these little machines that you apparently can't get anymore. So we've got these cute little Gibson under-counter washer and dryer.
Are they still working for you?
Yeah, well, no. The washer crapped out.
Okay.
The washer crapped out, so we had to replace. Called Warner Stallion. We go out there. We get it's a Electrolux. Can't seem to make. I should say can't seem to make it run. I have literally, in my whole life, maybe done a load of laundry.
Bougie.
I would not know how even to turn the thing on.
Seriously?
It's not my job.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, not my job.
Everything's your job.
But the dryer is still running good. In fact, I just ordered new knobs because we broke the knobs off. So I ordered new knobs. I got all new knobs on it. It looks like a brand new machine.
Looks nice.
Works like a champion.
Yeah. Looks so nice. You have no idea how to use it.
The dryer's easy, but I don't use it.
You could figure
I don't
them
need
both
to.
out.
I don't need to.
I believe in you.
Yeah. You can't get a gas dryer anymore that size.
Yeah, you've got a unicorn. I remember seeing it and thinking that exactly. You're going to have to do a little bit of space modification in there to replace that gas dryer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about the differences now, because I like mine because there's like on and off.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to a laundry connoisseur, someone that's been doing laundry for 30 years, they're not going to love your setup that you've got on your smaller machines. That's a front load setup. It's a little bit more foreign. Everybody kind of has laundry. What do you guys have? Do you have front load or top load?
Front.
Front. You guys are so smart. The front load is what I would recommend to anybody.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do they clean as well?
I think they clean better. If you think about it, the mechanics of a front loader, it's just, it's using
tumbling.
It's using gravity as your wash action, so picks it up, drops it. The modern top loaders, and of course, in the U.S.,
modern top loaders don't have agitators, right?
Some of them don't.
Yeah.
Some of them don't, and so if you look at
all
it
just
visually, it looks a lot different than what you're used to. But as you walk up to the machine, well, here it is, and you open it like this, and it's got a little control panel on the back, and it looks exactly like what they've had for 30 years.
1950.
Correct. So they're often surprised by how much has changed with those
what could
modern
possibly
machines.
change?
The biggest thing that they change, you've seen the no agitators, right?
No.
Well, they do have machines
it's like a
that
front
don't
loader,
have.
Tipped on its side, basically.
That's 100% what it is. Yeah. They're responding to front loaders being such nice machines, right? People will say, well, these work better, but then why would you create a top loader that would work like a front loader? Is because there's a misconception, I would say, based upon the misuse of a front loader. And really, it boils down to what type of detergent are you using. Really, that's what it is. Like, people seem to know you keep the door open when you're not using it, let it air out.
Yep.
And, periodically you have to clean it. I hear people say, I agonize over cleaning out this rubber boot in the front, and I think that's all very excessive. If you use powder detergent...
That's excessive?
Yes, I absolutely would not do that or expect my customers to do that and be happy with their machine. You get to clean it every time and stress out about it. But if you use powder detergent instead of liquid detergent or pods, I believe you'll be much more successful. And this is just what my experience has
powder
told me.
detergent,
Yeah.
not a
Versus the liquid, I just push the button.
Right. I mean, you're weighing that out, and that's kind of the pitfall. Is people will say, well, liquid detergent. Look at the supermarket, and it's just all liquid, and there's this little section for powder. Well, it's because the profit margins are higher on liquid, and they can put additives in them. They smell better, and everybody seems to be very comfortable with that. In top loaders, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what you use in those. But in front loaders, because of the way that they're built, because of the plastic drum that's porous, that shrouds the stainless steel perforated one where your clothes are tumbling around in there, you just have more of a tendency in the front loaders, if you're using the liquid detergent that has an animal fat bonding agent in it that really kind of sticks to the pores on the plastic drum. Now you have a place for mold and mildew to grow, and you're going to have a problem. You're going to hate those machines because they're going to start to smell like a dirty bar rag, you know. So, but if you use powder detergent and you keep your machine smelling like it should, washing your clothes to where they actually smell good coming out of the dryer, now you're happy with your machine. You're not thinking about it. That's the whole deal with laundry.
Yeah.
I've found with the modern top loaders that when people get them, because they can't control the water level, cleanability is an issue. If cleanability is an issue, my clothes sitting at the top of this non-agitator machine, they're not even wet. How are they clean? Well, they're not clean.
Right.
Now how much are you thinking about your washing machine? That's not what you want. You don't want to be thinking about
So
that.
if you've been using, and again, we're talking with Joe Warner from Warner Stallion. You can Google Warner Stallion if you've never heard of them. I'm sure you have, especially here in the Twin Cities. We're talking about laundry detergent, liquid, and then you've been using it in your front loader for a long time. I want to clean my machine and then go to powder. How do I do that?
Perfect. Well,
because the laundry,
you do vinegar. You throw vinegar.
Because you put the liquid in a hopper typically, and then it makes its way through.
Some of them
you don't
have
put
an
powder
auto
in there,
dispenser.
right? You can't.
If you have an auto dispenser, you can't do powder that way, right?
You have to throw it in there.
That's right. Yeah, load by load. But every load is not created equal either. Some of the machines claim they can figure it out with liquid, but many machines are just single-use liquid or pod as well. In theory, you don't yet have a smell from using liquid detergent. You don't notice anything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
I mean, that's a good philosophy as well.
But if you have a 20-year-old washer, you've been using liquid, how can I clean it? Because they do get gummy.
You can't. So once
you see all these YouTube videos and Instagram videos on do this, do that, run a load without it, and it's going to clean your whole machine.
The claims are, right, like Calvin said, vinegar definitely is one of the things that you'll hear we're going to run through our machines. Bleach, highly caustic. I wouldn't recommend that. Citric acid, that's kind of the common cleaner. If you buy a cleaner for those machines, they come in little puck form, hockey guys, and those are citric acid. You can just use granular citric acid. That's what we've used before. But the point is, if you go 5 years, let alone 20 years, get a new machine probably. 5 years, now you have a problem. You still have, closer to 2 to 3 years at least of life left of that machine, but it stinks. You're probably not going to be able to get rid of it. You can try to shock the machine with citric acid and break some of that buildup off, but if it's a real bad problem, you won't be able to see it. You'll only be able to smell it, and you will only likely be able to Band-Aid it with the cleaning.
So the appliance guy says buy a new appliance.
Of course.
Does yours stink?
What a surprise.
Does yours like a smell to
I'd
it?
like it to smell better.
Yeah.
Next
And
time.
I'm cleaning the drawer. I have a dog and daughters, so there's hair that gets in that drum thing.
You got to take care of that.
You know,
the
every
hair,
time I have a paper towel roll in my laundry, so I grab it and just kind of
every time. Do you
much.
pull out so hair, right? You'll pull that out of those little holes, those weep holes down there.
Yep.
But do you pull like any kind of like a sludge out of there?
It's in there.
That's that stuff, right? And it coats the plastic
Correct.
drum, and you can't see that. You can't clean that. You have to clean the innards with the citric acid or the whatever, and you just won't be able to get enough of it.
Where do you get citric acid?
Well, you can
anywhere.
You can buy the cleaners. Like a Fresh is one that Whirlpool makes. It's
like
very
in
popular.
the laundry aisle, like the detergent aisle, like big
We have
box
citric
store.
acid.
Absolutely.
Sheila gets its bulk granular, like you said, shipped for some of the stuff, her potions that she makes.
Yeah. That's what we use, the granular, and just a teaspoon or two, maybe 3, depending on how long we've gone.
And then you run an
it's the
empty
same
load or throw a
Hot.
couple rags in there or what?
Empty and as hot as you possibly can. So if you have a sanitary cycle or
Yeah,
something like that.
Hour and a half of hot water.
That's right. Yep. Flush it down as best you can. But yeah, once you get the issue, I don't think there's any coming back from that, which is really sad.
Yeah.
That's why I really want my salespeople. I sit down with all of them and I explain this to them early, like in their first couple weeks. I never want them to steer a customer wrong. I want them to be educated. Some people will still come in and buy top loaders, but I would like them to dispel the idea that front loaders inherently are going to stink. That's not the case.
We burned up a whole segment talking about laundry.
Isn't that awesome?
And hockey, little hockey.
Little hockey, little laundry,
Little hockey.
all related to pucks one way or the other.
Yeah.
Warner Stallion, what's your website? WarnerStallion.com?
You got it. 2
All right.
S's in the middle. WarnersStallion.com.
WarnersStallion.com. Joe Warner, we'll have him back next segment as well. 612-627-8000 is our phone number. You can call us anytime. 612-627-8000 or log on to hittnergroup.com. hittnergroup.com. And
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. This is your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group. Hittnergroup.com, Hittner Group. All one word, Hittnergroup.com. 612-627-8000. That's 612-627-8000. Give us a ring-a-ling-a-ling. Okay, Joe Warner in the studio. We're talking washers and dryers. We're going to wrap up this conversation, though, but just with one thing. Okay, so for a time, there were 45-degree washer and dryer. You know what I'm saying? And I thought, wow, that's a great idea, because the front loaders, you got to bend, get down on your hands and knees unless it's up on a platform to see inside there, to see what you got. That 45-degree one was cool.
That was the Maytag Neptune.
Yeah. They still make them?
Never heard of that.
It was kind of like the foray into American-made front loaders. If there was anything before that, not much. Didn't have a glass door on the washer. And you're right, it opened kind of where you had access to it a little bit from the top, almost a 45-degree angle. Interestingly, all front loaders actually have a little bit of a backward pitch to them to get the clothes moving.
Mm-hmm.
But that Maytag Neptune was extremely problematic.
Oh, really?
It was really bad. Yeah, speaking of mold mildew, it worked fine, but if people got the mold mildew issue, they did not see it coming because there was nobody to educate them.
Okay.
We didn't know. We sold tons of those, and as people came back and replaced them, they were quite unhappy with the smell.
And you're like, we're not going to sell those anymore.
It's the word, because I want people to buy front loaders, and that was our introduction to it. It's an uphill battle now.
Killer,
Yeah.
Okay, then one more thing, because we have had a couple of home inspections recently, and they always run the appliances to make sure that they work, and the front loading thing leaking on the floor.
Sure.
So what's up with that?
Well, I mean, if you fill up the machines with clothes, right, and they're going to put so much water into them, the clothes are rubbing up against that door. I have seen legitimately machines that are working fine, quote unquote, and a little dribble. I can deal with a little dribble, and a lot of people put them in disaster pans anyways. Yeah. So I'm not well aware of any type of a issue, widespread issue, where they just bust and leak, So they have all the same basic guts as a top loader. They run the same risk of some catastrophic leak happening as it just sits there.
Oh, this is out the front door.
A dribble. I don't see much more than that. So if you put it on a high buck wood floor or something like that that's in danger of getting damaged, Put it in a disaster pan. You should be fine.
How do you put it in a disaster pan?
Well, you build a disaster pan is maybe a 32 by 32 plumbing fixture.
There's a drain in the bottom. Like retrofitting that is tough.
Yeah.
If it wasn't built that way.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Okay.
Some people just put them above their floors, and I don't know how they anchor them in, actually, aside from the drain. But, yeah, the machine anchors
the
them
weight,
in. That's definitely what you just did, the vibration. That's another that's something you got to watch out for with front loaders for sure.
What vibration?
Vibration. If you've got
Your
so
feet
yours,
not being
your uneven load is going to be. I mean, they bang around a little bit.
it depends. You don't want to put them on pedestals on a main level. Yours is on a main level. If it's on an inside wall, there's a little bit more give there than there is on an outside wall. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. The pedestals make them more top heavy. You do have to be careful with.
Like with the drawers underneath and those things you're talking about.
Avoid that. Yes, avoid that if you're going to put them on the main level, especially if they're not on an outside wall or on a garage wall or something like that where there's maybe a little bit more structural support.
Okay, let's talk about other appliances now, just in terms of the gadgetry that everything has on it. Now, it seems like we always have all these gadgets hooked up to your Wi-Fi. Who needs their refrigerator hooked up to their phone? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I always wanted the ability when I replaced my range or double oven rather to be able to be at hockey and then preheat my oven.
I think
I need to preheat my oven from the hockey rink.
Oh,
that's one of the
I
most
get home and she's
practical
going.
ways to use
And
that
I can throw a
Wi-Fi
pizza in quick and then we can
enabled. I think that one's very
Super smart.
practical.
yeah, that makes sense.
We're on
That's
the way
super
home.
smart.
It's going to be hot. when
Sheila
we get
just
home.
calls me. I'm coming home. Can you turn the oven on?
You can do that.
100%.
She does that all the time.
Can
That's
I
a
do-
button,
She
right?
Can I do
all-
that?
yeah.
If I call you, will
Can you turn the oven on?
Yeah.
Turn my
Okay,
oven-
I have my washer and dryer upstairs.
Yeah.
It's got like a
Yeah, what-
dial and a button. They're 25 years old.
Yeah.
Run like a champion.
Mm-hmm.
I have all the new stuff now with all these gadgetry. Is that going to last 25 years?
No, but to level the playing field, those machines that you bought 25 years ago, that's just a different era now. I mean, there's really, I'm not very confident that there's anything you could come into my store and buy where I could say, yeah, it's going to go 25 years for you. Maybe a Sub-Zero refrigerator, various built-in refrigerators or professional ranges where you're talking $10,000 a piece, possibly.
Like what are you talking about? Thermidor or Wolf or Viking? Or?
Yeah, the super high-end stuff.
Okay.
Thermidor, Wolf, Sub-Zero, Miele. It may be that you could get 20-plus years out of those.
But those don't generally have gadgets.
They do.
Do they?
I mean, not in the way that you would think about
if you
it.
go
like,
to commercial, though, there's like on and off and valves.
a commercial, right?
Yeah.
But we're talking about residential, right? So the things that you would buy from us, and what I'm telling you is, even a Sub-Zero refrigerator, although it doesn't have some fancy-looking electronic interface, they keep it pretty simple because of the sentiment that if it's really newfangled or whatever, highly electronic, you're not going to like it, and it shrinks the target market.
And it's more of a traditional piece.
Look.
Yeah, for sure. Cleaner look, and that's what that customer wants. But they still have gobs of electronics on them. So those electronics, I think, legitimately do increase the failure rate. Absolutely. But they all have it. So there's sort of a level playing field there, even on your super premium stuff like we
Okay,
just
Yeah,
so
I'm
let
trying
me-
to think through my kitchen in and of itself, and my house was built in 2002, which means it's 23-year-old appliances in there, and there's nothing in there that's original. I mean, everything has been replaced.
all modern, highly electronic, and you can't get away from
I
it.
still have the same dishwasher. Bosch was the best dishwasher you could buy at the time. Still there, still runs, still doing
and what does
dishes.
that mean? It's the best. Maybe you'll get what you consider to be a satisfactory life out of it, but I would say even on the higher you spend, you maybe spend $1,500 on a super premium dishwasher or more, but that starts to get up there at $1,500 for a dishwasher. You're still looking at 10, give or take, 10 years.
Okay, so
When
if
you don't use your
if
dishwasher.
money, sure we do. If money was no object, just take money out, whatever. What is if you were going to buy appliances, you could have anything you want, didn't cost you anything. What is the best that you could buy? In your opinion, what is the best?
Well, I mean, I think that the super premium stuff, if money was not an object, I could find a way to build that package really large, and that would be something that you would very much enjoy, having the kitchen that I designed for you. Gas burners, simple to use ovens, integrated refrigerators.
Give me a brand, a name.
I mean, I've been asked that question hundreds of times throughout my career.
You haven't figured out an answer yet?
I don't believe it.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe it. I mean, if money's
you're
not
gonna
an
have a
issue,
balance of like features, look, and durability, longevity.
we've kind of mentioned them. I mean, I love Thermador. I really do. I love them. They kind of bring it all together, and they're BSH, which is Bosch, right? So when you get a Thermador dishwasher, which is often part of their promotion to build a package, it's a really, really nice Bosch. Sub-Zero Wolf, definitely there's a place for them. Lots of our higher-end customers are buying those, and
They want the red knobs.
they want the red knobs. I mean, there's prestige that goes along with these things.
It's so fun.
Very, very nice. You could get 20-plus years out of those, no problem. Mila is one of my personal favorite. I happen to love their dishwashers a lot.
Who makes them?
They're them.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they.
What makes them better?
A lot of quality control. They machine a lot of their own parts, screws even. There's just a lot less mass production, a lot less outsourcing of necessary components. So I love them for dishwashers and much else. You get anything from Miele, you're looking at a pretty nice product.
We got a minute left. I want to hear about online sales.
Yeah.
Can I go online and order a dishwasher to be shipped to my house?
Absolutely. Yep. That's my team. My team actually manages those sales. Folks will go onto our website and make a purchase in the cart. My suggestion for online sales would be appliances are complicated.
Yeah.
It's complicated. I wouldn't want you to go and replace really anything in your kitchen aside from your dishwasher online. Dishwasher might be pretty simple, but the rest of it would be absolutely tricky, and I would say connect with a human for stuff like that.
Okay.
You have a tricky washer and dryer situation downstairs. Upstairs, piece of cake, go online. You can replace that. Know whether you have a gas or electric dryer. Don't make that mistake. But our website is pretty user-friendly for those types of things. We have many people go online every day and put orders in the cart.
So you can go in there, put some orders in the cart, and then you guys have locations across the metro area to be able to connect. So warnersstallion.com. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, guys.
This is Real Estate Chalk Talk, 612-627-8000. Give us a call. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back to the big money segment of the program. Hope you stuck around long enough to hear it, because we got some exciting financial news coming from Calvin Kamick, ladies and gentlemen. 651-231-2500 is the number to call for the great rates and the low cost to close.
How are you?
I'm super duper. How are you?
I'm good. A lot of good news. Actually, not at all. No good news.
No?
Rates are okay, but I'm going to just touch on some headlines.
The good news is the market hasn't completely plummeted, and we aren't suffering a depression, and we have foreclosure rates below 2%. That's all good news.
Yep. Give us some good news on the real estate front.
Good news on the real estate front is we've got a stable market. We've got inventories increasing. We had lots of new properties come on the market during the month of August. We've got a solid portfolio of properties available for buyers. Any buyer that's looking to buy a house right now is in a pretty doggone good position.
Right. I agree. Even with this last week, rates moved up a little bit. So this whole Fed cut. Let's get all. I went down. Yeah, rates always go up. 4 for 4, rates go up. And so a couple things, and then as we talked about in the first segment, and I do have one question, and a little bit back to Warner Stallion, but equities priced now. How would you react to this statement? Equity prices are fairly highly valued. Would that make you sell off your entire stock portfolio?
I like high values.
I like high values.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fairly
buy low,
high
sell
value.
high.
So basically what they're saying is the stock market is overpriced right now.
Right.
So they're seeing we're pretty high price right now, everybody. Hey.
Been saying every year for the last.
But then what happens
years.
yesterday? What happened to your portfolio yesterday?
I didn't look.
Okay. Well, don't look.
Don't tell me.
Okay. So the market drops 2% yesterday, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, my goodness, people, so reactionary. But so then how does that relate to rates? Usually it goes, if the market's going down, rates will come down. It's like, oh, I'm sorry you lost your money, but rates are good. You want to refinance, pull some cash out. No, your portfolio went down, rates went up. Here's why the rates went up. Everything's still tied to the economy. So I'm just going to give you a couple headlines of what happened this week. And we'll start with jobless claims. The BLS report, that initial jobless claims, which measures individuals filing for unemployment benefits for the first time, fell 14,000 to 218,000, which is the lowest level we've seen in some time. Pressured the bond market.
So people becoming unemployed is reduced.
Right.
Pressuring the bond market means what?
Pressuring the bond, meaning that that should mean the economy's good.
Mm-hmm.
Powell screwed that up yesterday, but this was prior to Powell, right?
Okay.
So that means, hey, the people are working.
Yeah.
People are working, so it pressures. So stock market going up, bond prices going down, bond prices go down, interest rates go up a little bit. So just means rates are going higher. Make it simple for people. Next headline, GDP. The final look at Q2 GDP showed that the U.S. economy grew by 3.8 annualized pace, which is stronger than the second look at 3.3 and estimated looking at no change. So basically the GDP was higher than anticipated.
Strong economy.
Strong economy. Durable good orders. Measures the larger durable goods in the U.S. rose by 2.9% last month after falling 2.7% in the prior month. Today's release was much stronger, putting pressure on bonds, meaning rates go up, right? Okay. Existing home sales, same thing, right? So every indicator this run is better, meaning that rates are trending up a little bit, even though the Fed cut theirs, saying the economy's pretty strong.
Yeah, National Builder Association, I think they reported a 20-some% increase in new home sales.
Yeah,
pretty strong market.
Pretty strong market, and there's a technical analysis. I'm not going to get that because
that's really into the weeds there.
That's way, but basically there's line. It's like, hey, they bounce off.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's
floor. You got their floor.
The 100-day moving average. If it breaks through that, it looks like it could drop to that's where we're at right now. Saying we have right now as we're sitting here, we're getting alert to lock, just like lock up your pipeline, because if it breaks through, we don't know where the bottom is. Meaning we don't know how high rates will go. Again. So again, and I make it a big deal. It changed the rate by probably an eighth to a quarter. So on a 20-year, doing some 20 years, which is interesting, 5.99 on a 20-year. It's not bad, right? That same on a 30-year is about 6.375, 6.5 right in there, same equivalent cost. So not bad, but that's kind of where the market's at right now. So we'll kind of see how it continues. Refinances, definitely, talked about the first segment, definitely refinances are up. People that locked around 7 and 8, 7.5, I just wish we could keep the rates down in that low 6, even low 6, high 5. We got a nice market. We can refinance those people, save them a point. And you talked about the higher priced homes. You're so right. I've got some that are like lower, $120,000, $150,000 loan amounts. You're like, yeah, you're saving $57, but it costs you like $6,000. Like,
not worth it.
Don't do it. $500,000 home, you're saving 300 and some, and it costs you the same.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm talking to people about is just escrowing. Do you escrow or don't you escrow? And if you have 20% equity, and you have the ability just to set up your bank account, so you say, I want this much going in this savings account or high yield mark, do that yourself. Don't do it with your mortgage company, because we have to have so much reserve, and then your homeowner's insurance goes up, your taxes go up, then you get this bill for $3,000 like I just did that said, hey, your escrow account's short, we need this much in reserve. I'm like, I'm looking at the account, like, no, we're fine. No, we need more in reserve. So they want to build that reserve. I'm like,
right.
I said, I'll just cancel it. And I can go, automatic push over to the savings account, and then I'll pay it twice a year and pay my homeowner's insurance. So that's an option as well. So anything else on your mind on rates? Otherwise, we can get back to
Nope.
All right. So I have a question for you. So we were talking about washers. I want to talk about a dryer a minute.
All right.
I want to talk about, there's a feature on ours that allows moisture to come into the dryer, wrinkle free, all that. That got stuck on somehow, and filled my dryer with water, so it was running out the front.
Crazy.
Any idea why? What I should do about? Oh, here's what I did. Here's my solve. Turn off the water.
There you go.
Number one, right?
So
Because
now you won't have any of those.
And the thing of it is
Moisture
stop to
issues.
think about it. You're throwing wet clothes in the dryer.
Yeah,
Why do you need to put more water in there?
Stupidest thing ever. Like, why would you even build something like that? I think it's your fault. I told my boys, I think it's.
Well, it's got a water valve in it, right? Because
Yep.
it's letting water in. The solenoid got stuck open, and that's what happened. And I suppose that's a risk that you run of having that feature. I have never heard that before.
Crazy.
And I will say this too. I personally, I think that there's a large practical case for that feature is de-wrinkling. So like, you look very nice, Keith. You've got a nice shirt. You probably dry clean that. But when I was a young man and I was younger, when I was maybe in my 20s and working at our Edina location, we'd wear shirt and tie. I could not afford to bring things to dry cleaners. You know, speaking of homes and refinances, and it was part of my concern back in 2008, 2009. I had to be able to afford to go and work at our Edina store and earn my keep. And so I got a dryer that had steam on it. And so, you know, I would take my clothes to the dry cleaner maybe twice a month, and the rest I would just launder myself because I wasn't doing gardening in it.
Mm-hmm.
I could run that shirt through the steam cycle and pull it out,
Freshen
hang
it
it.
up, yeah.
It was like it was an 80% rule. You know, it wasn't as good as being dry cleaned, but it was about 80% there.
You've heard of an iron you can pick up for $30.
Who's got the time for that when you've got little kids?
I love to iron.
You know,
Do ya?
I love it.
I had little kids.
Satisfying.
We're involved in all sorts of stuff. Certainly,
I'm just
iron,
giving you
tried
that
and
time.
true. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
But that's why you guys decided to put a garden hose in my dryer.
it is my fault. I don't know what to tell you. I really should have done a better job.
Literally,
there.
you know, the lint thing laying up top because the water had filled that thing up. So I'm
I've
taking
never
all that
heard-
out, walking through my house. Water's. I mean,
Oh, I'm so sorry
So
that
you
happened.
pump out the water, or what do you do
I
there?
took a shop vac, got it all
fun.
out, and then I turned the water off. Now I just
No, it works
you know.
fine.
Unreal.
Well, I'm going to actually I'm going to take that hose off completely. 'cause it
Just
does
why don't you
split.
just get a new solenoid and put it in there?
Yeah, when you lost me at get a new solenoid. And
if you don't care about the feature, what you just pull the hose off it,
Yeah,
let
that's
it
good.
burn itself out. That's fine. You'll never miss it.
killing me. So that's good. So what are you selling most of right now? Because you guys have a variety of you have everything.
Ice
So,
makers are hot right now.
God, get me an
Just
ice maker. I need
individual
one of
ice
those.
makers.
We do. I manage our outlets. So if we have something come through, it's because, let's say with an ice maker, you ordered an ice maker that does not have a pump. It uses a gravity drain, and you need one with a pump because your drain is basically horizontal.
Yep.
There's no drop to your drain, right? So you got to pump it way over here, and you accidentally ordered that. So then they'll return it. I've got to price it at 20-25% off to move a specialty item like that.
One with a pump.
With or without,
Okay.
they're just not items
Oh, I
that
know,
fly
'cause
off the shelves.
Because they don't last very long.
Well, clean it.
The ice makers.
You gotta clean it.
I know.
People don't clean their
I
ice
just cleaned
makers.
mine this week.
People will send us back ice makers as recycles that work great, but they didn't clean it, and everything's all gummed up inside. Maybe beyond repair. So keep it
Of course,
clean.
again, the appliance guy says maybe just get a
Yeah,
new
you just
one.
have to buy a new
everybody.
one.
Keep
And
it
they can do
clean.
that at warnersStallion.com. Hop online, Google Warner Stallion. Calvin Kamick, our mortgage guru, you can get in touch with him on the phone, 651-231-2500. And you can reach us, as always, at 612-627-8000, HittnerGroup.com. See you next week.